Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sport here on YouTube and Facebook. And today we're going to be previewing the Wednesday night fixture in the EFL Cup, aka the Carabao Cup. If you love your drinks and soft drinks and energy drinks and all like that, we've got too much buzzing here right now. We don't have any of them. I don't know why we're even buzzing. Liverpool versus Chelsea at Anfield, and some people might say it's even probably Liverpool's biggest game of the season. Knockout competitions always do well for Liverpool, of course. Champions League last season, getting all the way to the final there. But they haven't won the cup competition in quite some time, so it'll be a nice one for them to win because, you know, the finals in February, March time. It leaves plenty of time for them to still continue on and attack the Premier League, similar to what City did last season. Of course, last season's winner, City. But Liverpool entering this game after a good 3-0 victory against Southampton at the weekend, but rotations expected because of the amount of fixtures that they've had over the past couple of days. I think over the next 2 weeks they're going to have 6 fixtures or something like that, if you include the PSG and Southampton one. So, you know, potentially, though, because of the form in the Champions League and the Premier League, this competition could be on the back burner already. Joe, as a Liverpool fan, do you think Liverpool should be, you know, potentially thinking, let's get a strong rotation in and, you know, rest a couple of players and look ahead to the Premier League and the Champions League as our main competitions to play our key players in, you know, give the youngsters a bit of a run around in this game?
Well, as I've said before in previous weeks, people who watch the show, I'm desperate for Liverpool to get some silverware in the cabinet. Obviously, 6 years is too long for a football club of our stature. Personally, I think they will have a rotation. I think it'll be a fairly strong lineup. I'd like to see Shaqiri start again. I think he was promising against Southampton at the weekend. Be interested to see whether he starts in as number 10, as he did at the weekend, or whether he starts wide. I think he would start. I think we will see changes. I think he'll stick with Alisson, though. People are saying change for Mignolet. I think he'll stick with Alisson. It's not the most, how would I put it, it's not the biggest priority for Liverpool. Yeah. But I still think Liverpool should possibly go for this trophy. Because if you think about it, it's 3-4 games and yet Wembley. It's a short competition, and it's an easy chance, like you said, Man City did last year, to pick up some silverware and kickstart the season. We've started the season well. Let's get a piece of silverware.
Yeah, and you know, you already mentioned about potential resting, despite, you know, it's still been a competition that Liverpool want to win. You know, it's still got to focus mainly because, you know, Liverpool fans would much prefer to get the Champions League or the Premier League in the trophy cabinet. So I've got 3 names down here. Virgil van Dijk picked up that rib injury in the PSG game in midweek, and Klopp mentioned it after the Southampton game as well. Do you think he'll be rested in this tie and then potentially just allow him to get a couple of extra games rest before facing off against Chelsea once more at the weekend, except this time it'll be at Stamford Bridge? Virgil van Dijk, do you think he'll be rested?
I think we'll see how it goes in training, but I'd prefer to see him rested for this one because obviously the league's the priority. We've got Joe Gomez, and Matip didn't play too bad at the weekend, actually, surprisingly, because he was slated last season by much of the Liverpool fan base, and admittedly probably deservedly so, with Lovren, because they both weren't exactly brilliant. Lovren's not back yet. Still not 100% certain what's going on with him in his stomach injury. It keeps him getting longer and longer. But I think if Matip and Gomez, they played well in the second half. All right, it was Southampton, no disrespect to them. They're not Chelsea, are they?
Yeah.
But it'll be a changed Chelsea side as well. So I think those two can work together, and it'd be good because obviously Van Dijk's not going to be available all season. He'll probably pick up other injuries, so it'd be good to have those two play together and see whether we can have a second choice partnership.
Yeah, and then you already mentioned about Lovren and that weird stomach bug or whatever it is, and Lallana as well. He's been out for a little bit of a while. I don't think I can remember him playing since the Crystal Palace game when he came on as a substitute. I don't think he played after that at all. Do you think those two could potentially be involved on Wednesday night against Chelsea?
No, not at all. I think they're still out with their injuries. So with Lallana, it sounds bad. I've completely forgotten about him.
Oh my goodness!
Do
you remember Oxlade-Chamberlain's a player as well?
Yeah. Oxlade-Chamberlain. I remember him. How can
these Liverpool fans get too high, you know, on the Premier League form?
Yeah. Well, I completely forgot about Lallana recently.
Apparently, they won it 5 times the Champions League.
Because of the performances of the midfield players that have played in his absence. You've had Keita, who's played quite well, but even he's been benched the last couple of games. Milner's performing well. Wijnaldum are performing well. Those are two that when Keita, Fabinho come in, people thought would get outed. Both of them are bench players.
Do you think Fabinho will play in the League Cup?
I think Fabinho should get a start. Obviously, he come on against PSG as a substitute late on. He wasn't involved, I don't think, at the weekend, if I remember rightly, against Southampton, but he was on the bench again. So I think he'll get his first start. It'd be good to see him start from the off and see what he can do in a Liverpool shirt. I think obviously there've been changes. I think the full-back positions, arguably you could put Moreno in for Robertson, give him some game time. I think the priority, like you say, we've got Chelsea twice in the week, and Chelsea away from home is going to be a hard tie. I was talking to a couple of people that I know in the week, Liverpool fans, and they said this game's just going to go on all night, isn't it? Because neither side really that bothered about it. It's going to go to penalties.
Neither teams want to win.
My joke was stick Lovren on the penalty if you want to lose.
But get them to take them all.
I think there'll be changes, but I think Klopp does want silverware, so he'll probably take it slightly seriously.
Yeah. Now Chelsea coming off a disappointing 0-0 draw against West Ham away at London Stadium. Bit of a disappointing one, but for them in this game, they're not going to have Pedro or Rudiger because they're injured. But you know, we mentioned on previous Let's Talk Sports shows about how strong of a start Chelsea have had, along with City and Liverpool. But you know, has West Ham shown a way to stop Chelsea in a sense that you know the same thing that Liverpool could do on Wednesday night at Anfield, or was this really just a bad game for the Blues? Really, in a sense that it's a bit of a disappointing draw. Maybe they could have performed better.
It was a bad performance, but as I said in previous weeks, we'll see what Chelsea are made of. Right, they've started well, and they've improved the squad slightly from Conte last year. But we'll see how they can cope with the Thursday to Sunday, because it gets more gruelling as the season goes on, and I can see them progressing far in the Europa League.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that we'll see how they can get on with handling that schedule. Obviously, they didn't do that well at the weekend. Whether that was something to do with the game, I'm not sure in the week, or whether it was just a one-off bad game. I think Chelsea is still going to be a very strong lineup, and it'd be interesting if they play Eden Hazard to see how he plays. Yeah,
there's apparently reports about him potentially being rested for this one, and then played at the weekend in the home game in the Premier League.
So that's going to be interesting. Ultimately, it all depends on the line that Chelsea play, but obviously Loftus-Cheek, it would be good to see him start for Chelsea, because people are saying that he's not had much game time this season, and that's right. I think he should get game time in that and see how he can prove himself in the Chelsea shirt in that game. And you never know, if he performs well in the week, he might start at the weekend and be a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, he could do. And Ansari recently said after the West Ham game, as they previewed the Liverpool game with the press afterwards, that Chelsea aren't on the same level as Liverpool at the moment. What do you think about that comment? And do you think it's true or false? Do you think he should have said it? Do you think he shouldn't have said it? Especially, with 2 games coming up against Liverpool in the space of next week alone. What do you think? What do you think of that comment?
Good old mind games, isn't it? To be honest, I think it's a mix of things. It depends on how the Chelsea players react to that. They could either see it in the way of, right, we've got something to prove here, and it could be the right thing to do to improve players, or the players could just how do I put it? See the backside. They could just think, well, what's the point then? If we're already that far behind, what's the point in it even putting the effort in? It could work either way. I think I see what Sarri's saying. He's trying to take the pressure off the players. I think was the aim of the thing, and put the pressure on Liverpool. But at the same time, will it backfire? We'll have to see.
We'll have to wait and see. It could be a key one, because they've got, of course, the 2 games against Liverpool this coming week. The first one being on Wednesday in the EFL Cup, Liverpool versus Chelsea. What do you think the scoreline is going to be?
Well, I can see this. Like I said before, it's one of those games. It's obviously both teams will feel weak inside. It's going to be a pretty tight one. I think Liverpool nick it, but it might be on penalties.
Ooh, penalties. Interesting. I think Liverpool will get it done in regulation. I think the Anfield atmosphere will come into play, but it'll be interesting to see what kind of sides both teams play, because I think they're both going to be much changed to what we've seen at the previous weekend. And I think at the end of the day, I think Liverpool will get through thanks to that, thanks to the home crowd just pushing them just over the line in order to get it done. And then we'll see if they can continue that form into the weekend when they go and visit Stamford Bridge to play against Chelsea once more. So, Liverpool versus Chelsea on the Wednesday. Can Liverpool find a way to beat the Blues, or will Chelsea be going back to London for the second game with a win under their bag? The first one at Anfield in quite some time it would be if they're able to do so. Let us know in the comment section below what you think the game's going to unfold as, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more Let's Talk Sport content. We'll see you all very soon.